colours that do correspond not to the outward aspect, though in truth I do see them so. It's the title. Purple Goose. Purple is the most common colour to hover beneath a pure white essence. Thus is it with the lily and the sides of a new shorn goat. Pink oak. Pink can be understood beneath the fur of a creature such as a rabbit or the chin feathers of a hen, but for my purpose I seek the hidden colour which is announced at the peripheries of sight and vision. Pink beneath the wheat, pink under earth, which makes it, as I do suppose, a giant creature laid out belly foremost to the sun, the hills such as are wrinkles in a spaniel's neck, gold everything, which is the mastery of light. Evening light cannot be said only to reflect upon the surface of an arm as it might upon a night pond, but it affects the subtle structure of the skin and comes not from upon, but from within in equal parts also. See this upon a young one's arm or face. I dare say with a night pond the daytime store of light within is used up very immediately. Gold flesh. The human hide is more like cheese than milk. Its solidity is a moment plucked out of fluid, fat chosen and suspended to our amazement. How more complicated the skimming of our solids into one animated whole, integrity, though not the surface of a metal. In this respect, a pewter piece like an evening pond, than like a face. Our elements are infected with light. Elemental to our surface animation is internal light. Blue, pink, and red grass, affected in the halo of a field by where it lays, its reach, drainage, the affect of soils. Some darker grasses are dark blue beneath, and taste accordingly of night. Pink grasses are acid to the tongue. Blue eyes, this of birds and beasts, beneath their subtle stones a deep blue lake, not the milk blue of an ancient hound, as though of yet not island to be found. Wings of the landing creatures are not ignorant of their relation to the currents in the air. The ether, sensible to every creature upon its face. Of various persons and their anterior colours. A person known to me of high regard, noticeable in the vicinity for his vocality, is, I have seen, preceded and followed by a train of leaf green. This is the slightest of presences, invisible to the direct gaze, but it will happen as the air sucked after one who leaves a room. The young, likewise in general, are light green to yellow, purple to dark for them quite ill or destitute. I've seen the colour in a dying face slip shadows of hues, from hues of energy to stale, lifeless grey. I have no doubt that a spectrum of invisibility describes their inner state. This spectrum awaits our perusal when we see fitly to concentrate our sights appropriately. My hands some days glow full red, as though at war with some internal flux. After a brisk walk, the instrument of my vision may be most momentarily alert. I may go months across the surfaces of all objects alike, noticing only the regular structure of their impression. Margaret is soft orange, William a fresh pale blue. I am not incredulous. To the ages of Methuselah, Lamech, Enos, Mahalaleel, or any of their tribe, were one to concentrate 4,000 years might not seem sufficient for the fruitful examination of one tree, and one cannot die when concentrating thus. To be struck blind from behind unknown in such a situation must surely result in the abandonment of some small part. It is fear I have felt the soul pushed to the very throat during terror for myself and those dear. This up-pushing of the soul, is it to say preserve that part which is the better, so I might pass out of myself, just so, into concentration merely. For an observing, is it not so that I am my own body, my eye as vehicle, and that where I am taken to? A plum blossom whose billows wings and dints in a breeze are felt equally by my vision, as were a thorn to pass through my open palm, to my sight, which seems held in loose connection to myself. The world is equally a home. My other senses, touch, taste, hearing, necessary is that other portion such as held or smelt or listened to. I am no free agency. A sound announce itself upon me even as I listen for another. Touch has its sharp, even as I think to swim exhilarating springs. Neither all day can you recognize yourself. This arm in general aspect similar, but where I lent another of its shape would be me still. This world and body might seem all a borrowed shell of softest welcome, though our dignity is of another order, though I cannot hate such gifts. A field of corn stub give up its smoke of blue, as though these straws as chimneys to a further field, stiff vein into a nether heart, then green laid lightly as linen on a violet place. Thank you.